So, I'm not sure how much time. I'm trying to not talk about the Patriots, but when they keep losing, it's hard not to. And when they keep losing to teams like New England, remember, they got beat at home by Bo Nix, rookie, and everybody said, that's as bad as it gets. No, it got worse. 25-22 loss to the Patriots. And I warned you, when you fired Robert Saleh, what did I preach? You just let your best coach out of the building. It's the third straight weak defensive performance. Okay, I warned you, most points the Patriots have scored all year. Jacoby Brissett marched down the field, 12 plays, 70 yards. Only way they could lose, and they did. Think about this. The last two New England drives without Robert Saleh, the Patriots converted a 3rd and 9, a 3rd and 9, a 3rd and 10, and a 3rd and 11. The Patriots did. Not doing that with Robert Saleh in the building, but you know who wanted him out and pretended they didn't. It's just like, here's how inept the Jets are. Think about this. It's been 12 years since what the Jets did has happened. A team had no turnovers, held the opponent under 250 yards, and lost. That doesn't happen. In fact, NFL teams were 220-0 until yesterday. If you don't turn the ball over and you, in the NFL, and hold an opponent under 250 yards, for 10 years, you won every time. 220 times in a row until the Jets yesterday. One of the defensive linemen for the Patriots said out loud what we've been saying for multiple weeks. Aaron's done. I've been preaching this. He's aged poorly and quickly. There's no discussion here. Aaron ranks 30th in completion percentage, and he now has 3 excellent wide receivers. Well, 2 excellent ones and Allen Lazard. You can't blame the lack of skill players. They've got him now. He can't extend plays, and he doesn't like motion. So what you have is a 40-year-old off an Achilles surgery who's rigid and stuck in his ways. So he's stuck in his ways, and he's stuck in the pocket. It just doesn't work. He doesn't want to be coached. He doesn't want too much motion. They had a ton the first game. They changed the OCs. The next week, they cut most of it out. They look disorganized. Ian O'Connor put out a tweet yesterday. It was so true. Out of the huddle, they're slow. To the line, they're slow. There's no energy with the offense. So again, and I don't think he's a galvanizer or a unifier. And that's what Brady did or Stafford did when they come to an organization and they're guys, and everybody rallies around an older Brady or an older Stafford, even though they're older than all the players in the locker room, feel like one of the guys. Aaron's not a unifier. He's not a unifier. He's, and I'm not saying he walks in and he's a divider, but he's not a unifier. That's not what he is. And, Jets burned 3 timeouts in the first quarter. They couldn't even get the basics right. And here was Aaron after.
I've been in the darkness. You got to go in there, make peace with it. You can't objectively say this is the reason why. There's a lot of, we had some substitution stuff at times. We were late breaking the huddle. Sometimes after a big play, that can be a slow operation. We have shifts and motions on plays after some of those. We try to get lined up, trying to get the playoff, trying to get the right perfect call. There's a lot to look at.
Oh, yeah. There a lot to look at. Notably, the rigid 40-year-old quarterback who is like part-time poet, part-time manifester at the podiums, trying to sound smart, and the Jets don't play smart. Who burns 3 timeouts in the first quarter? That would be like a bad college team with a freshman quarterback. Who does that? And then at the end of the game, Robert Saleh's not in the building. Well, you got an interim coach trying to be coach. You've got your second offensive coordinator. You can say whatever you want. You can blame whoever you want. But, I look around. I never thought this would be a playoff team, and I said it. I don't think they have the leadership, and I don't think that's what Aaron does. This is worse than I thought. And I didn't think it was going to be great. I thought they were like an 8-9 team, 8-9, 9-8. They may not win 5 games. I'm serious. They may not win 5 games. All right. I swear to you, I'm going to stop talking about Aaron Rodgers as soon as I possibly can, but this was interesting. One of the things I sort of laugh at on the internet is seeing Bitcoin Hustler lecture people like Warren Buffett on how finances work. Yeah, I'm going to go with the latter. not Bitcoin hustler who also told me NFTs were a tree that would grow to the sky. I'm going to go with Warren Buffett and the stock market, which, lucky enough, my dad was in it. I've been in it since 1988. I've done fine. You keep hustling. But I saw this story, and it's just, it's crazy. And I like Davante Adams, and I think he can help the Jets. I don't think he's the difference between not making the playoffs and playoffs. They've already got a good receiver, but I like him as a player. He seems like a nice guy. I've defended him before. Apparently, he gave the post-game speech after their last loss. First game. Been in the building 4 or 5 days. He gave the speech. Boy, does that scream we have a lack of leadership structure. And what's funny is the Jets and Aaron Rodgers thought he crushed it. I mean, can you imagine this? The Kansas City Chiefs, Andy Reid, Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones. Guy shows up in the facility 4 days, tough loss, and the new guy's like, hey, I got some things to say here. Yeah, why don't you be in the building more than like 4 days? Can you imagine Brady, Belichick, Edelman, Gronk, tough loss, new guy in the building? I've got some thoughts on this. And Davante Adams comes from the Raiders. The most, maybe one of the only franchises more dysfunctional than the Jets. I mean, I don't know. If you look at the successful teams in the NFL, and in any sport, there's a rank and file. Like in the NFL, San Francisco, Baltimore, Kansas City, you know what it is. Green Bay, there's a rank and file. The coach speaks, and then the quarterback, the franchise star quarterback, takes that message to the troops. With the Jets, new guy in the building's got something to say. And I like Davante, but the Raiders are even more dysfunctional than the Jets, and Davante was at a functional place and left it for the Raiders, so I question his judgment. And I like him, but this Bitcoin guy can't tell real estate guru how it works. It doesn't work that way. And to me, I mean, is Hassan Reddick giving a pregame speech in 2 weeks? Let's put Fireman Ed on the headset, make some plays. I mean, what are we doing here? That's not how it works. I mean, you've already fired your coach. You've already now in your second offensive coordinator. And the quarterback who uses big words a lot is like, I'm not really comfortable. Take it away, Davante. What? He's been in the building 5 days. What are we, from a losing franchise? And I like him. But Aaron was all smiles and using big words as they prepare for their next game.
Every year presents its own challenges, and thankfully we're not to the denouement of this season. You know, there's still a lot of time left. I think it's important that we all just stay as sanguine as possible. You know, it's a long season. There's a lot of ups and downs.
Sanguine as possible? Is he manifesting that in his vision board? Okay. Jesus. Yeah, I can like a player, but boy, do you lack management structure and leadership structure if the new guy in the workplace, where do you work? In your law firm. I mean, on our show, the interns don't get a big say, even if they're talented. Like you got to kind of be in a room for a while, right? Well, he's not. He's an excellent player from a totally dysfunctional franchise and left a great franchise to go to the Raiders. And the last two franchises now, Raiders, Jets, are highly dysfunctional. And isn't it kind of Aaron's locker room? The whole thing's weird. The whole thing's weird to me. Teams that are losing in this league, Dallas right now and the Jets, they're losing for a reason. It's not coincidence. It's not bad luck. J-Mac, maybe they'll call you to have a big pregame. Hassan.